The wind drifts softly across the quiet plains. Dust rises in gentle swirls, carrying with it the faint scent of dry grass. Wooden buildings stand still under the pale moonlight, their edges worn and quiet. Horses shift gently in their stalls, and somewhere, a lantern flickers with a slow, steady glow. The world seems to pause, as if holding its breath, inviting you to settle deeper into calm. Life in these towns moves slowly, and yet it was never simple. Water was carried from wells, fires were tended carefully, and each day required small, steady work. The streets were empty at night, save for soft echoes of distant footsteps. A sense of solitude rests here, not frightening, but quiet, like the land itself is watching over you. Time feels stretched, and every sound, every movement, drifts lazily through the cool night air. The sun would rise with gentle warmth, painting the earth in muted gold. In this place, a day could be long and hard, yet still full of the soft rhythm of life. People and animals moved slowly, the land moved slowly, and now, in this calm night, your thoughts can move just as softly. Let each moment unfold gently, like the slow turning of a page. And as the quiet stretches on, feel the world settle around you, steady and warm, until even your mind drifts like a whisper across the sleeping plains. The streets lie empty now, bathed in silver light. The wooden boards creak softly beneath the wind, a gentle, hollow sound. Windows glimmer faintly, showing nothing but shadows inside. Every corner of the town feels hushed, as though it is breathing slowly, keeping time with your own calm. The land beyond rolls quietly, with hills that fade into the darkness, and the sky above spreads wide, deep, and endless. Life here was simple, yet each task carried weight. Water had to be drawn carefully, fires tended with patience, and each step required quiet attention. Horses nicker softly in the distance, and a faint rustle of dry leaves whispers through the streets. Nothing moves quickly, and nothing demands urgency. The rhythm of the town is slow, deliberate, and safe, wrapping the night in a calm, protective embrace. Even as morning nears, the world seems to stretch in gentle waves. The wind murmurs through empty alleys, the earth holds its warmth, and the soft light promises another steady day. Here, in this quiet space, there is nothing to chase, nothing to fear. Let the night linger around you, let it settle in your chest and mind. Feel the gentle hush of the plains, and allow yourself to drift slowly, carried on the steady, moonlit calm of a world that moves at its own peaceful pace. The moon hangs low and soft, spilling silver across the empty streets. Shadows stretch lazily from the wooden posts and fences, folding into the quiet corners of the town. The air is cool and still, carrying faint whispers of sage and dry earth. Even the distant hills seem to breathe slowly, as if the whole world is resting, waiting patiently for the night to carry on its gentle song. The buildings stand quietly, their edges softened by age and moonlight. Inside, small lights flicker and fade, showing life in the slowest, gentlest way. Horses shift, a rope creaks, and the occasional sound drifts from a far-off window. Everything moves at a soft, measured pace. There is no rush here, only the steady heartbeat of a place that has known quiet for many nights, and will know it again tomorrow. And now, the world beyond these streets stretches wide and calm, wrapped in darkness that is neither cold nor lonely. Thoughts drift like the wind over the plains, slow and weightless. Let the stillness hold you gently, like a soft blanket of moonlight. The night flows around you, endless and quiet, and as it continues, there is only calm, only the soft hush of a world at rest, carrying you further into its gentle, slow embrace. The night deepens, folding the town into a soft, endless quiet. Every sound feels distant and gentle, the rustle of leaves, the low nicker of a horse, the faint creak of a wooden door. Moonlight glides over the rooftops and streets, painting everything in calm silver tones. There is nothing to hurry toward, nothing to disturb this gentle rhythm. Even the wind moves slowly here, brushing across the plains and through the alleys with a soft, whispering touch. Life in this place is measured, deliberate, and peaceful. The simple routines of long-ago days echo faintly, like soft footsteps fading into the night. Every moment stretches gently, allowing the mind to float quietly along the slow current of the evening. The town, the land, and the night are all still, cradling the world in gentle calm. Shadows merge with the darkness, the wind settles, and the moon lingers soft and patient. Let yourself drift within this quiet, carried gently by the steady, soothing hush of the Wild West at night. The world is wide, safe, and still, and the gentle night continues, endless and serene, wrapping everything in its slow, tender embrace. A soft hush settles over the plains, and the town seems to breathe with a gentle, steady rhythm. The wooden fences and quiet streets glimmer faintly under the pale moonlight. Everything moves slowly here, the shadows, the wind, even the distant hills that roll softly into darkness. The world feels wide, open, and entirely still, as if it is holding you gently within its calm. From the stables, a horse shifts, the faint sound echoing softly through the empty streets. A lantern flickers and dims, leaving only a gentle glow that fades into the night. Each small movement blends with the quiet, creating a rhythm that is slow and soothing. Nothing demands attention, nothing intrudes. The night stretches onward, vast and patient, carrying the soft pulse of the land and town alike. And now, the moon lingers over the quiet town, its light washing over rooftops and streets in gentle silver. The wind whispers softly through the alleys and across the plains, inviting your thoughts to drift like lazy clouds. Everything is calm, steady, and serene. Let this gentle hush flow around you, slow and endless, carrying you further into the soft, tender embrace of the night. The night wraps the town in a quiet, silver glow. Shadows drift slowly across the wooden streets, folding softly into corners and alleys. The air is cool and still, carrying faint hints of earth and dry grass. Everything feels gentle here, as if the world itself has paused to rest, letting each moment linger without hurry or sound. Far off, a horse shifts in its stall, and the faint creak of a door drifts through the empty streets. The wind whispers softly across the plains, brushing over the hills and valleys with slow, deliberate motion. Life here is quiet and steady, measured in gentle breaths and soft movements. The town moves with a rhythm that invites calm, letting your thoughts drift lazily like the drifting clouds above. Moonlight pours over rooftops, painting them in soft, tender silver. The world is still, safe, and endless in its quiet embrace. Each sound, each shadow, each gentle sway of the land feels like a lullaby. Let the night carry you slowly, deeper into its hush, where every moment stretches and softens, wrapping everything in calm, steady, and endless peace. The town rests beneath a wide, quiet sky, bathed in soft, pale moonlight. Every building, every street, every fence seems to melt gently into the night. The air is still, carrying only the faintest whispers of wind and the soft scent of dry earth. Time here moves slowly, as if the night itself has stretched to let every moment linger. A horse shifts in its stall, its hooves brushing the straw with a quiet, soothing sound. A lantern flickers softly in the distance, then settles into calm. The streets remain empty, yet alive with gentle echoes that drift lazily through the cool air. Nothing moves too quickly, nothing demands attention. Everything flows with the steady, slow rhythm of the night. The moon hangs low and patient, spilling silver over rooftops and hills. Shadows fold into the darkness, and the wind sighs softly across the plains. Let your thoughts drift gently with it, like clouds passing slowly across the sky. The world is calm, steady, and safe, carrying you quietly through the gentle hush of the night, where stillness stretches softly, endlessly, and serene. The quiet deepens, and the town seems wrapped in a soft, endless stillness. Moonlight glides over rooftops and empty streets, touching every surface with gentle silver. The air is cool and calm, carrying the faint scent of dry grass and earth. Everything moves slowly here, even the shadows, which stretch and fold with effortless grace. A horse shifts softly in its stall, and a faint creak of wood drifts through the still streets. The wind whispers over the plains, brushing hills and fences with a delicate touch. Every sound is muted, every movement measured. The town holds itself in calm, steady rhythms, inviting your thoughts to slow, to drift gently, and to rest within the quiet. The night stretches wide and soft, endless and patient. Moonlight, shadows, and the slow sigh of the wind wrap everything in tender calm. Let this hush carry you further, drifting like a feather over the silent streets and rolling plains. The world is steady, safe, and still, holding you gently in the quiet embrace of the night. The moon lingers high, spilling gentle light over the quiet town. Wooden rooftops and empty streets glimmer softly, and every shadow seems to move with a slow, effortless grace. The air is still, carrying only the faintest whispers of wind and the gentle scent of earth and dry grass. Time feels stretched, soft, and calm. From the stables comes a quiet nicker, and the faint creak of a wooden door drifts lazily through the empty streets. The hills beyond rest under the silver glow, rolling gently into darkness. Everything here moves at a slow, steady rhythm, inviting your thoughts to float softly, to settle, and to drift as easily as the clouds in the night sky. The world is quiet, safe, and still. Moonlight washes over rooftops and hills, wind sighs softly across the plains, and shadows fold gently into the night. Let your mind drift with the calm, let every moment stretch and soften, carried endlessly by the steady, soothing hush of the Wild West under moonlight. The town lies completely still, bathed in soft, silver light. Every street, every building, every fence seems to blend gently into the quiet night. The air carries a calm hush, touched only by the faintest sigh of wind and the soft scent of earth. Time moves slowly here, stretching each moment like a gentle, endless breath. A horse shifts in its stall, the faint sound drifting across the empty streets. A lantern glimmers briefly, then fades, leaving only a soft, steady glow. The hills and plains beyond rest quietly, rolling softly into the darkness. Everything here flows with calm, steady rhythms, inviting your thoughts to drift lazily, like clouds floating across the night sky. Moonlight spills across rooftops and open land, painting the world in quiet silver. Shadows fold softly into the stillness, and the wind whispers with gentle patience. Let this endless calm carry you, slowly and softly, through the hush of the night, where the world is steady, safe, and serene, holding you gently in its quiet embrace.